The University of Pavia is one of the oldest universities in the world. Tucked away among a maze of medieval streets, the university looks out over the River Ticino. Yet it's only a few minutes from Milan. It is a truly multidisciplinary university, offering degree courses in all fields of study. We have new ways of imparting knowledge, new ways of seeing the relationship between lecturer and student. One thing never changes: a communication of knowledge led by people. Here, the wisdom of the arts meets cutting-edge technological studies, the medicine of tomorrow with legal and social studies. Students can benefit too from a system of student residencies unique in Italy. There is no teaching without research. This is evident in every lecture hall in the university. Our research, being of the highest quality, builds on a centuries-old tradition, but is part of an international network working towards the future. Our teaching methods call every student by name. Technology is used to allow for the best possible study, but the human touch is always present. The University of Pavia is a city campus. Students are welcomed into a friendly atmosphere, full of culture which enriches student life. Here, everything is close: classes, labs, spaces for sport and leisure. Graduates of the university find work quickly and easily. The University of Pavia is constantly changing, but continues to believe that there are always new paths to explore and new life-changing discoveries to be made. It starts with you.
Great. Yes, welcome everybody. And as you saw in the video already, a great introduction to the Pavia and maybe you next there. Well, as also the video said, it starts with you. So this is your moment to hear more about the PhD opportunities in engineering that we're going to talk about in the next 45 minutes or so. My name is Luc Mullin. I'm the moderator of today, and I'm going to briefly explain to you some of the interactive options. First of all, you can tell us where you joined in from. You can do that through the panel in the chat. So I will let you also know about that, and also the questions. You can answer that as well. This way we can hear a bit more about where you're logging in from. Most importantly, we like to hear from you, of course, about your questions. So we will have the questions open on the right bottom, where you can write your questions at any time. And for the live audience, we will be answering the questions at the end. Now, also important is that people that are watching the recording, you can still write your questions at any time as well. And we will be sending these questions through to the University of Pavia. So you can all participate in all the interactive options, whether you join live or watching the recording. So let's, without further ado, well, we have actually one more fun button, not to forget. At the bottom of the screen, you see a button, React. That's where you can click on when you hear something you like, for example. Yeah, that's the one. So you can interact with us. And also it's nice for the presenters to see some reaction from you, of course. Great. Well, I see already a lot of people joining in from different countries. Great to see. And without further ado, let's go over to University of Pavia. In Pavia, we start with the introduction of the Professor Cristiani and the other panelists that are lined up for you. Good luck.
Hello everybody, and welcome to all the people that decided to attend our webinar, and also for the people that will attend afterwards. I'm Ilaria Cristiani. I'm the chair of the PhD in electronics, computer science, and electrical engineer. Here I have with me Virginie Gallati.
Hi everyone. This is Virginie from the PhD office, and I'm here today to share with you some information on the administrative aspects related to the PhD program.
And today we have also three PhD students with us.
Hi everyone, I'm Martina, and I'm a last year PhD student here at the university, and I will explain my research topic as well as how is living in Pavia and how is enjoying the life in Pavia.
I'm Marco. I'm a third year PhD student here in Pavia, and that's a bit fun.
Hi, I'm Jose Farias. I'm in my first year of PhD. I'm doing robotic engineering, and also I will be glad to share with you my experience here.
So we can go to the presentation. No? Okay. First of all, I will give you a very brief presentation of our PhD course. And this PhD is characterized by a very large variety of research topics, and is mainly supported by the professors and the researchers of the Department of Electrical, Computer Science, and Biomedical Engineer of our university. And due to the great variety of topics, it's organized into three main tracks that are photonics, microwave technologies, and communication systems. The first one, computer science and automation, and the last, industrial engineering. And for this reason, we have so many professors and researchers that are involved in the research activity. You see about 35 professors and researchers of our department, and also some professors from foreign universities and from companies that are very strongly involved in our activity, as we will see in a few minutes. I'm not going into much detail about the research activities because it's so large, but I would like just to point out some keywords that can be interesting for you and can be close probably to your previous research activity or study or your studies. So as far as the photonics, microwave technologies, and communication, we have three main tracks. And you can see here the topics related to photonics. Here we have both the development of laser sources and activities related to integrated photonics and communication systems. We have a large number of labs that are involved in microwave technologies, and I think that Martina will explain a bit about her activity. And then we have a large activity on telecommunication and also spatial remote sensing, that in which we also adopt many techniques related to deep learning and artificial intelligence. Then we have a second track that is more related to computer science and automation. And here I think that Marco will say some more about the part related to artificial intelligence or deep learning. And in this track, we have also a strong collaboration with the Department of Economics, that we work with them also on the possibility to use data science and machine learning related to financial activities and studies. And then we have a subtopic related to automation and process control and robotics. The last track is that we call industrial engineering. Is quite a large area, including both electrical engineering and power management, and a second subtopic that is more related to robotic and mechatronics. And here I think that Jose will explain a bit more what we are doing in our laboratories. So what is important for me is to show you what are the main keywords. As you can imagine, it's quite difficult to go into detail in such a large variety of activities. So how it is organized, our school, we have now about 48 students that are attending our courses, and about 30%, so 1/3, are international students. And the program includes both the development of an original research project that is assigned by the PhD board to each student, but we have also dedicated courses that are more technical courses, so they are related to the emerging research topics in your specific area of interest. But we have also like transversal courses that are focused on the possibility to expand, let's say, the soft skills or your capability to write a technical project or to write a scientific communication, or even related to the management of the intellectual property. Fellowships are quite a large number, as we will see in a while, and they are financially supported by both our ministry, our university ministry, but we have also a lot of programs that are supported by the Next Generation Europe program, by funding from our department that are coming from the competitive projects or coming from collaboration with companies. And as you can see, we have many companies involved in our activity. In the last 5 years, we had almost 30 companies that were involved or supporting financially fellowships, or also involved in the training activities. So this is just a very short overview of the most important companies that are collaborating with our PhD in the last, I would say, 2 or 3 years. And the last but not least, I want to say something about our call that is now open, because it can be somehow complicated, but I would like to say a few words about the fellowships that are now available. First of all, the deadline is 28 July, but is 1 p.m., not 12 a.m. Sorry for this, but it has been changed in the last days. And you can find all the information you need in our website. But what I want to point out is that we have several positions available now, about 26, but I think that they are going to increase up to 30 at least. And we have a position that are funded by the Italian ministry, and they are completely free. I would say they can cover whatever area of research of the PhD school. So they can, in this case, you can apply for a position in which you can have a research program that is related to any of the research topics that are involved in our PhD school. So photonics, microwave technologies, communication system, computer science, and so on. Then we have several positions that are dedicated to specific topics, because they are funded by companies or by the Next Generation Europe program, or they are funded by our funds in our department, so they are related to specific activities. So you can have a look to the main topics that can be probably interesting for you, and they cover all the research areas of our research activity in our school. So this is the positions that are now open, but I invite you to look at our website also in the next weeks, because many other positions will be open at least next week. And at the end, what I want to point out is that we have 1 year after graduation, we have 100% of PhD students that have an employment. So I think that this is a very important point. And the main positions that are covered by our PhD students, graduated PhD students, are in the academia, in Italy or abroad. They are very often employed as researchers in scientific institutions, but we have many of them that have permanent employments in many companies that partially are also involved in our PhD school. So this is what I wanted to tell about our PhD school as far as, let's say, the academic part, and I leave.
Perhaps we want to talk with the students.
Okay, we can talk to the students. So, I asked, starting from Martina, to tell us about her research activity, the opportunities that she found here in Pavia, and what can be interesting for foreign students that are willing to come.
Yes. First of all, as Professor Cristiani already said, I'm a PhD student last year in the microwave laboratory, so I'm now involved in the activities related to microwave engineering. So basically, in particular, my research topic is about the development of a radar system for snow and ice or glacier monitoring. So it's a sort of interdisciplinary topic. So it's not only related to, let's say, electrical engineering, but is very, very interdisciplinary. It has some part related to environmental engineering, hydrology, and other stuff. And well, basically, it's a PhD topic which is very broad, which means that I start from the development of the system. Then thanks also to the facilities of the university, I can also design products and produce and then test every single component. And then most important thing is that the test is not only indoor but also outdoor. So we have some campaigns, and the university can leave us the opportunity to completely develop this kind of system. Moreover, working in the microwave laboratory, I had also the opportunity to investigate other topics related to microwave, but not directly to my research topic, such as, for example, the development of antennas or other topics related to biomedical stuffs, biomedical investigation, or as you may see from the pictures, also something related to communication, and in particular distance communication, which is a great topic also in our laboratory. And well, that's from the part of my research topic, but actually during the PhD course, you have the opportunity also to investigate, to increase your knowledge. So with, for example, courses, PhD schools, or something also given by the university itself, related both to academical knowledges, or also to soft skills. Okay, conferences, opportunity to study abroad, all these kind of things are really useful to increase your knowledge, your network, and to help you also to find a work or to find your ways after the PhD. So basically, I will say that is yeah, definitely. So also Pavia is a very nice city. I mean, it's very university city, so it's full of young people. There are events for young people, so it's not only about the course that you have in the university, but also the life here is really made for students, let's say.
So Marco?
Yeah, I'm Marco. I'm a third year PhD student, as I said, and I'm working in the machine learning pattern recognition lab. What I'm working on is a solution based on deep learning for computer vision and image processing in specific. And I'm in the last year of my PhD, and I had the possibility to explore this large field that is computer vision, actually, with instruments and with the possibility to study what I like. My fellowship is provided from the ministry, so I had the possibility to choose what I want to do. And that I think that is very important because it's a great opportunity to do whatever you want and whatever you like. And I think Pavia is a very nice city. Is a I call it like a campus city because at the end is organized and it is designed almost designed for students. So all the students here are have events. They can do sports. They can do whatever they want. And I am outdoor person, and I really like to go in park because Pavia is full of parks. We have the big park near the Ticino River, and I really like the city.
Okay, and Jose from Mechatronics activity forming robotics.
Yes, well, as I said before, I'm in the third year of robotic engineering, and I'm working in the RAMS Lab laboratory, that is the laboratory on research of advanced mechanical systems. And it's very nice because we have a lot of tools, resources, and advanced technology that allow us to develop a high level of projects with high quality and innovation and complexity also. I'm working with two PhD students as well, and we are working in projects related to dynamic motion platforms that interact with the human in an immersive simulation environment for rehabilitation and sport purposes. So this entering the category of human in the loop, where the human interacts with all the system and the system responds to it and also makes an effect to the person. Some projects that are very interesting are simulated advanced balance boards for rehabilitation purposes, where a motion platform simulates an unbalanced board. Inside, we have developed an Excel game environment to orient the task that we want to do. There's a kind of with feedback of the system, and also we measure the responses. We tune the parameters to do whatever we want to orient the rehabilitation. Also, there's another project that is sport driving simulators for sport and rehabilitation purposes. Also, we integrate Excel game for rehabilitation. Also, we are studying improving the motion feedback in order to increase the realism of the simulation. And there's a lot of project with that. There's another one that we have developed, that is the estimation of inertial properties. That means barycenter and inertial tensor of a body connected to a robot in order to increase the performance of the control. Because if you consider all the dynamics of the system, you can increase the performance. So in our case, we can estimate the inertial properties of whatever structure that we put on the motion platform. And there's another project related to that. That is
There are so many projects.
that is estimating the inertial
Every
properties.
PhD students have at least
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's very nice. We're estimating the inertial properties of a human moving, so we can increase the performance of all the human in the loop simulator. So I'm very glad and grateful for this opportunity. I'm learning a lot of different skills and also soft skills. And regarding to the life here, it's nice. There's a lot of activity that you can do. In fact, there is the course that is Center of a Sport for University. And actually, there's a lot of available sport that you can practice. For instance, canoa, climbing, football, volley, and actually doing climbing. And also I'm part of the group of Ultimate Frisbee. It's very nice. We train all weeks, and we go to tournaments around the Italy. For example, days ago I went to Como, weeks before to Sardinia and Trento. Very nice, very good environment. And there's a lot of activities that we can do as They say here is a university city, so it's very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So we can go much more in detail about the administrative stuff.
Thank you. Yes, as mentioned before, I'm Virginie. I work at the PhD office, and I'm providing you some information basically on the admission process and also on the city and the university. I will start with the entry requirements, which I believe are the main thing you would like to know about. Candidates must be in possession of a second level degree obtained by the deadline of October 31st, 2023. It's the competition committee who decides on the eligibility of degrees obtained abroad. But if you have any doubts on the eligibility of your degree, please feel free to drop me an email and I will have a check at your papers and provide a provisional advice. A good knowledge of the English language is also required. A B2 level will work just fine. To give you an idea, there is no need for you to know Italian language, and there is no need to provide English certificates because the committee will check the English proficiency during the interview. Students then will have to go through a selection competition. This is an overview on the admission process. In Italy, PhD students are selected by means of a public competition. And this means that there is a call for applications, which I advise that you very carefully read, along with these annexes 1 and 2. All documents you may need to read are available at that website. The selection process for this PhD program is by qualifications assessment and an interview. Applications must be submitted online by the deadline of July 28 at 1 p.m. During the application process, you will be asked to make some choices and to provide some information about yourself, about your degree, and also to upload some documents. The main choice you have to make is regards the administrative category, which corresponds to the type of position you are applying for. I suggest that you all apply for number 989, corresponding to PhD positions with scholarship. So all scholarship available fall into this category. During the application process, you will have to upload some documents on your degree, if obtained abroad, and then a transcript with the exams and marks, the scientific publications, your CV. You will be also asked to provide the contact information of a couple of referees who will be then able to provide a reference letter for you. There is an application fee to be paid amounting to 35 euros. You can easily pay it online via the application platform. Then you only have to wait for the results of the qualifications assessment to be published by September 7th. There is a threshold to be admitted to the interview, which is 6 points out of 10. The interview must be taken online on September 13th. Then shortly after, the final ranking is published on the same platform, and then admitted students will enroll online. Detailed instructions will be provided, and we'll stay in touch for the visa application for those who need it. Regarding this, PhD students apply for a study visa, and since a couple of years ago, the application is made through the University Italy platform. We will provide information on this, but this is how it works. You will have to register in the platform and then fill in a short form enclosing your documents. We will validate your request and enclose an enrollment letter, and then at this point, you will take an appointment with the consulate or the embassy. We are aware that the visa issuing might take some weeks. but please don't worry about that. We will find case-by-case solution as we always do. A few words on the accommodation. Pavia has a very wide dormitory system, hosting up to 2,000 students per academic year. Most of these dormitories can be accessed through a public competition, which is, so there is a call for applications, which is published once a year in summer, and it's open right now with deadline August 7th. PhD applicants can apply under condition of admission. So we recommend that all of you who will need an accommodation in case of admission, apply now for this call. The link to apply is in the same website as the call for applications. So this is a very good option to start. This is the main website you need to refer to for any possible information on the call and any updates on the admission process. So please keep an eye on this website. You will find also some additional documents such as a handbook for applicants guiding you step by step throughout the application procedure. We will publish also the list of regular applications and also the any update on the publication of the outcomes of the selection process. Some information very shortly on the PhD program. The duration of the program is 3 years, which can be extended or in case of suspension or or if your research is not finished by the natural deadline of the program. Students only pay an enrollment fee, which is extremely low and is amounting to 1,056 euros per year for 3 years. The amount of the scholarship is about 1,250 euros per month after tax for 36 months, and it's increased by 50% in case you spend the research periods abroad. Also, for every PhD student starting from the first year, a research activity budget is allocated, amounting to 1,625 euros per year. That can be used for purchasing research materials or supporting your trips abroad. UniPV students can use many facilities, and I will only mention some of them. The canteens allowing you to buy a whole meal for a very low price. The bus card allowing you to use all the city buses for only 25 euros per year. And then the sports center and the language center, both granting considerable discounts and giving good opportunities for students. Just a quick word about Pavia. Pavia is located in North Italy in a region called Lombardia. It's a small city near Milan. It's only 30 minutes ride by train or by car from Milan, and 1 hour from the Milano airports. Pavia is well known in Italy, not only for its history and the university, which is one of the oldest in Italy and in Europe, but also for its surroundings, in particular the Oltrepò region, which is a hilly area, which is sometimes compared to Tuscany for its landscapes, where very good wine is produced as well. Also, if you want to go on a weekend trip, you have plenty of amazing destinations to choose among, such as the seaside and the lakes, just to name two. In the end, why choose Pavia? Because of the renowned excellence of this university. Because, as the students pointed out a few minutes ago, it's a lively city, which is close to Milan, so it matches the advantages of its proximity with a big city, with the lifestyle and the lower life costs of a smaller city. Because of its university resident system. And last but not least, because it's a student-sized city, a campus city, with plenty of social and cultural events. So thank you for joining us today. Please feel really free. We will be more than happy to assist you, and we are looking forward to seeing many of you in Pavia very soon.
Great. Thank you all for your input already. And we're now going through the questions. So now it's the turn for you, the audience, to write any questions you may have. We already received some, so I will go through those. Just to also remind all of you, whether you're joining live or watching the recording, you can all participate. And we'd like to know your feedback also through the polling questions. So let us know. Yeah, we wanted to know a bit more about your background and if you're looking to apply already or not. So let us know. All right, let's go over to the questions. So yeah, I think Ali, your question is probably answered. The steps to apply, since Virginie just went through that. If there's anything unclear, let us know. Atif asks, I haven't completed my thesis yet. It's expected to be graduated in September or in next March. Am I eligible to apply for this program?
Yes, sure. The deadline for obtaining the degree you need to access the PhD program is October 31st, 2023, so it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
In fact, that we will have 2 more calls, one in September and another one in December. So we will be able also to welcome other students that are not graduating within the last days of October.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question from Avais, if I say that right. I think it's been answered, but are there any positions for the PhD? Would you like to comment on that?
I'm not sure I understand.
So it means that he has already a PhD graduation and he wants to have another PhD.
Well, I think we got a follow-up question from him actually. Are there any positions available for a PhD in mechanical engineering? So I guess that's the.
So in principle, I don't think that we have any problem for having a student that has already a graduation with a PhD abroad. I don't know. I don't think this will be a point. If he wants to have attend another course, another PhD course, so we can certainly accept this position.
Well, so you cannot have 2 courses or 2 PhD courses together.
I'm not sure.
Yes, the law used very recently on the contemporary attendance of 2 courses. So yes, but under some conditions, so we should check case by case your situation.
Okay.
An email for more information on this specific topic.
All right. So always let us know if you have a specific question. Question from Victor. He's in the Ukraine and he has no ability to move abroad due to this current situation. He asks if he can still apply for the PhD, and if yes, if he can do that PhD remotely. What can you say about that?
Yes, no, I think that you can certainly apply, and what I suggest is that you can send me an email to understand what is your main research interest, because there are activities that in principle in the first part of the PhD can be also carried out abroad or in remote. So probably something that we have to evaluate case by case, but I suggest to send me an email and we can see what we can do, certainly.
Okay, thank you. Jan is joined as well and asks, what is the average student living cost for Pavia per month?
It depends on the thing that, I mean, for accommodation, for example, a room is quite cheap, but it's based from 200 per month. And the life is much, the cost of the life is much lower with respect to bigger cities like Milan, for example, very, very lower. I don't know if you have any specific question.
Have a different option. The dormitory are
Yeah.
quite cheap, and then depends on the type of your financial, so of your family, let's say. This is an option. Otherwise, let's say normal accommodation, normal flats, like a shared or not. Well, it depends on the position. So if you're in the center or if you are outside the city, well, there are different options, as Marco already said. For just a room in a shared flat is something more or less, let's say, under 400 euros. Otherwise, if you want a flat just for yourself, probably you will need something like 500 euros per month, or less.
For my case, I'm in a residence, student residence, and I pay 280.
Yeah.
And then if you consider for eating maybe 300 more, depends how much you eat.
How much you
And the others.
Just to apply for the colleges, and because it is a very unique system in Italy, and it's very often, I mean, they provide you an accommodation that is almost free.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
Yeah.
And also for let's say if you move here and you don't know anyone else, obviously you like a sort of there, so you meet a lot of people and start your.
I just want to add that in the English version of the website of the university, there is a web page on this with some examples of the living costs in Pavia. So we haven't looked at that part.
Okay, thank you. I think that's answering the question, hopefully for Jan and others as well. So otherwise, let us know. Question from Mudassir. He's currently working as a professional and has completed a master in technology, I understand. Actually, he has published a paper on IoT in security. I guess that's Internet of Things, if I'm correct. Now looking for a PhD in the same or related field. Is there any position available?
Yes, I think that we have at least 2 research groups that are working on these specific topics. So in this case, you can have a look to the topical positions, and or you can just apply for the fellowships that are funded by the Italian ministry. And in case you have the position, you can certainly work on this specific topic.
Okay, perfect. Hope that answered your question, Mudassir. I think, well, it should be good news, I guess. So you can apply. I will share the link to the application site with more information in a minute as well. It's actually also in the chat, just to make sure. I'll share it on the screen in a little bit. Next question from Bukidir. He has a master's degree in automation. Can he apply for the program?
Yes, you can certainly apply. And in this case, I suggest you to have a very focused look at the topical position, because we have several positions also funded by the Next Generation Europe program on this specific automation part. And but in any case, you can also have access to the free positions. But in any case, we have at least 3 or 4 labs working on automation, so you will have the opportunity to work and to study these specific topics.
Okay, great. Thank you. As mentioned, I will share the link just to make sure you all have it. So this is about the application process and procedures as was indicated right there. So click on that, and you will be able to watch everything and read about it, at your own pace after the webinar. And I understand you can also apply from there. Next question from Raul. How many conference or journals papers should I obtain? So he's interested in power electronics or electric drives fields.
Okay, power electronics and electric drives is really a hot topic in our PhD, so you can certainly work on this specific area. And how many conferences depends on the activity that you will have. But just to make an example, but probably students can say more. Our students usually attend at least one conference per year, and they also publish at least one or two papers on journals during their PhD activity. Of course, this depends also on the specific area of interest, on the activity, if it is successful or not. But in any case, there is always an occasion to study and to learn about research activity. And in any case, I think that you will have the opportunity to attend the international schools, and this happens almost for all our students, and international and national conferences. So I don't know, what is your experience?
That's correct. I agree with you.
Okay, they agree with me.
Great to hear.
And as I said before, the monthly salary of a PhD student is about 1,250 euros per month after tax for 36 months.
Yes, I must add that very often we can, in case the PhD students want to spend a period abroad, he can have a 50% increase of the stipend, and you can also have an additional amount for a research activity that you can spend according with your tutor and your supervisor, whatever you need.
Okay. Good. Thank you. I put the fees that you just mentioned just to make sure on the screen, so that's clear. And I hope, Raul, that was answering your question. Otherwise, let us know. Next question from Till. Before I go to the question, actually, I open up another poll. I just want to make sure that we get as much feedback as possible. So if you haven't answered the polls yet, please participate. Let us know a little bit about if you're ready to apply, or if there's other factors stopping you from doing that so far. So you can find it at the bottom of the polls. So they're all open now, just one more left. So thanks for both live audience and people watching the recording. Till has a question. Are there any Marie Curie or Horizon grants in the field in areas such as electrical vehicles, smart grids, or energy engineering?
Okay. We have very often Marie Curie fellowships for the postdoc activities. It's quite rare to have Marie Curie fellowships during the PhD. That is something that we do with our postdoc students. Horizon grants can be, I'm not sure because I'm not working in electrical vehicles, smart grid, and then energy engineering, but I know that those groups, the groups working on these topics are very active and in international research. So I suppose that they have now funded grants from many institutions. I'm not sure at Horizon, but of course we can check. If you our website, we can easily recognize the groups that are working on this specific topic, and invite you to send an email to the professors and researchers and them directly.
Okay. Thank you. We're getting the thumbs up. I guess that's a good sign. So I hope that answered your question, Till. And those were the questions I've received so far. Still a last moment. We still have a couple of minutes left. If you have any questions, this is your moment to get the attention and the answers, hopefully, as well, from all these lovely people joining in, the students and the staff. So take advantage, I would say. Let me check if there's any question in the chat, because sometimes that happens. Yeah, about the steps and requirements, so that was explained. I don't think there's any other question. Let's see. All right, there is a new question from Victor. So the master degree was related to electrical engineering, specifically satellites control systems. He has been working for more than 9 years as a quality assurance engineer. Can he apply for the software development PhD, but not the electrical engineering?
Okay. So actually, you apply for the PhD school, so you are not applying for a specific topic or for a specific area of the school. So you simply apply to the school, and during the interview, you can also express your interest for a specific topic. In this case, what I suggest, again, is to get in contact with the researchers of our department that are involved in the specific topic. So you can speak with them in advance. They are very happy to answer. Or you can also send them an email to me if you prefer, so that we can have a look to your specific situation, and we can also give you an advice probably about your application.
Okay. Thank you. I hope that answered your question as well, Victor. Let us know. Let me see. Boukier has a question. I think we answered it, but just to make sure, he obtained his degree in 2020. Can he apply?
Sure, you can apply.
Yeah, Boukier, so you can apply. Good to hear. So the link is in the chat. At the end, I will paste it again on the screen. So just to make sure you go to the right website. And let me see if there's anything. Victor says, thank you. We're getting actually some thank yous already. So that's good to see. Thank you, Jan and Raoul as well. Thank you for joining and your questions. Last question, Abdallah. All right, let us know. I'll await your question. Then we are soon rounding off the session, but we can take still any last questions. Before you have to leave, do make sure to fill out the poll. I see some people have done that. We're missing a couple. Let us know. We'd like you all to participate. Let us know a bit about your status and yeah, of application. Question from Abdullah. Well, I guess this is the question that we can take personally. If you help students get married, I guess that's not so much the case. So Abdallah will take that offline, I guess. Arais, did you have another question? So you have completed your master's degree and want to pursue a PhD in mechanical engineering. Yeah, I think you are eligible to apply, right?
Yes. So I didn't understand.
He has a master's degree and want to pursue a PhD in mechanical engineering.
Yes, we have a specific track on mechanical engineering, robotics, and mechanical engineering, so you can certainly apply.
In fact, my background is mechanical engineering, also another colleagues.
Yes.
Perfect. Great. Thank you. We're getting thank yous also from Ali. So that should be cleared up. Well, that's what this webinar is for. So to clear up your question, sorry. And I hope this was useful for all of you to know that actually we do have a last polling. So I'm going to put that on the screen just to see how we did. There you go, right over my face, but there you go. There's the option. Let us know how you felt the session went. So of course, we hope to yeah, meet your expectations. If there's anything you'd like to comment, you can do so in the chat. So then let us know anything about that, so we can, of course, make sure we meet your expectations. But so far, I see we're getting good remarks, good results. So we did a good job so far, I think. All right. Having said that, we're wrapping up the session. From my side, I'd like to thank everybody for joining. First of all, the audience. I see you joining from a lot of different parts of the world. We had people from the Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Germany, Algeria, India, China, Czech Republic. Probably missed some, but a lot of different nationalities in there. So maybe some of you might be colleagues or fellow PhD students next year. Who knows? Thank you. And having said that, last word over to the panelists. I would like to thank all of you. Thanks for having been, taking the time. Professor Cristiani and Virginie, and also the students, of course. Thanks a lot. Maybe last word over to you, Professor Cristiani, to wrap up the session.
So thank you also to you, Luca, that made this very nice introduction to our PhD course. And we are waiting for you. So we wait also for your emails and for your applications. And you are welcome in Pavia. So we hope to have you in Pavia very soon.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.